Colombia is holding peace talks in Cuba to end its 50-year armed conflict with the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, better known as the FARC. But near the border with Ecuador, the violence continues as government forces killed at least 20 guerrillas in the deadliest strike against the rebels since the peace process began 2 months ago. CCTV's Michelle Begue is in Bogota with the latest for us. Michelle.
With the start of the Colombian peace talks, the leftist rebel group Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia announced a unilateral ceasefire. In return, the Colombian Armed Forces promised to continue fighting terrorism. And it seems they are keeping their word. On Saturday, Colombia's armed forces executed the biggest military operation against the rebel group known as FARC since peace talks began in October. At least 20 rebels were killed as bombs were dropped on their camp near the Ecuadorian border.
Not only was the highest-ranking leader taken out, but also the third-ranking leader along with other members. The operation is still being carried out. It is estimated that a good number were killed there, a lot of members from this group.
The FARC promised a unilateral ceasefire that will last through January 20th. But the government has said they will not stop fighting till a peace agreement is reached. On Sunday, the Colombian president urged the FARC to give up arms and join the political process. President Juan Manuel Santos also promised that they would be considered terrorists until peace is achieved through the talks.
This has to be a process of months rather than years. In other words, this should not last any longer than November of next year at the latest. And I would say it should be earlier than that.
The FARC hasn't given an official statement yet, but right now the peace talks are having a recess and they will continue on Wednesday. If they do make a statement, it will probably be then. Back to you.
Michelle, we heard this weekend that FARC rebels may have some hostages that they've taken. What can you tell us about that?
Well, we have to remember that back in February, the FARC said they will not kidnap any more people. And right before the peace talks, they said they didn't have any more hostages. But just 2 weeks ago, 4 Chinese civilians were released. They were kidnapped back in June of 2011. And all this comes to question what the FARC are really saying. Are they telling us the truth? Do they have more hostages? And what about these 4 Chinese citizens that they never mentioned? Now, this weekend, a FARC's spokesperson in Havana, Cuba, gave a statement to a local newspaper saying that they do have prisoners of war, and they used these words exactly. They said that they have policemen and military officials under their power and that they're willing to exchange them for FARC rebels. We'll be bringing you the latest as it comes.
Michelle Begue, live for us in Bogota. Thank you.